Take a look at what's happening in Baltimore right before we came on the air with crews blowing up part of that bridge that collapsed when a cargo ship hit it a couple months back. Look at this. That was the moment the crews set off explosives to break apart that 600-ton steel beam that was still on top of the Dateline cargo ship. Now remember, that ship's been stuck there ever since this. You know that moment when the ship hit the Francis Scott Key Bridge back in late March overnight.
Dude, this is bad. Like there is no bridge. Like there is no bridge.
That is new video we're getting in body cam from the night that it happened, from Maryland's Department of Natural Resources. The shock. Did you hear that in that first responder's voice? I mean, he sounded shaken up, saying there is no bridge when this happened. The collapse killed the 6 construction workers who had been filling potholes on the bridge last night. Just last week, crews recovered the body of the final missing victim, which is why they moved forward with the demolition today. Ryan Nobles is joining us now. He has been covering that bridge collapse. Tail end now of this removal process. The port has been closed. Timeline now for when things could get back to normal seems to be speeding up now that this really critical part has been demolished out of the situation.
Yeah, that's right, Hallie. And they took quite a bit of time before they decided to take this kind of dramatic move and accelerate this process by using explosives to remove the remnants of that bridge off of that shipping container that's still locked in the port right now. And part of the reason they waited was because of that search for the remains of the last victim, which they were able to do. And now they believe that this is going to move along a lot quicker. They're now looking at a timeline of anywhere between 3 and 6 months before the port is back open and running. That, of course, a huge step in this process because so much cargo comes in and out of that port. But it's still a very small step in the overall recovery of this area and a new bridge being put in place. The timeline on that is looking more like the end of 2028 before a new bridge is in place. And this is still going to cost millions and millions of dollars. In fact, there are some estimates that it could be $1.5 to $1.9 billion to have the bridge completely rebuilt. And that's going to take a lot of time. You're talking about $200 million worth of cargo that passes through the port of Baltimore every day. There's an estimate that as many as $2 million worth of wages are at stake every single day. So there is a huge sense of urgency to get this process moving.
Urgency, but including for, Ryan, the people on the Dateline ship who are still on board, the 21 members of that crew. They have not been allowed to leave since that bridge collapses because of the investigation, because they've been questioned about things. Now that the steel beam is off, what is next for them?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons that they're still on board that ship, Hallie. You mentioned perhaps the most important reason, and that's because they are a part of this active investigation by the FBI to determine what went wrong on that day and if there's any specific culpability, perhaps even criminal culpability that's related to this awful disaster. But then there's also the fact that this still remains a working shipping container. This is a ship that needs crew on board in order to keep it operating and keeping the vessel in place during this period of time. And so there are a number of these crew members on board this ship that are having a lot of anxiety about paying their bills, about being able to take care of their families. Many of them not American citizens. They're from other countries, in fact. And so they would like the opportunity to have their lives move forward. This was a big step in that process. They can't get off that ship until they're able to remove it from the harbor and get it out of that port. This is the next step towards that process. So they're going to be on board until they can get that ship moving. The timeline of that now much further ahead than it was before after they took this step of knocking down those bridge remnants with those explosive devices.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.